there, maybe? Maybe. Hopefully. Yay, my face has been seen. Not sure if I just lost the sound from the game though. Because I can't hear the game sound myself. Okay, never mind, I can actually hear it. It's just the music stopped playing. Probably because it took too long. So, let's see. I mean... Twitch is telling me that my connection is unstable, which is unsurprising, because it is, but... But anyways, if the stream looks fine, then let's hope it is. There, maybe? Maybe? There. Let's see if we can get this up and running then. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, men and giants survived through a tenuous alliance. Oh shit, that's the stream in the background, I hear myself. Boop. There we go. Better. Driving back destroyers called dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. And then I missed the rest, but... Holy shit, that's loud. Nope. There. Maybe. Hopefully that's good enough.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
I like the giants. They're pretty cool. So here we have battle. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. I mean, I might be able to... Movement happens before action. This ring shows you the shield bearer's active. The blue tiles around show how much you can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called the Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Well, I'm gonna go with the stream settings as they are for now, and we'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad, and maybe I'll play around with it some more some other day, maybe tomorrow or something. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield bearer here to get him in attack range. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Any tiles are blue, ally tiles are blue, and the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The number beneath the icon shows the damage you will do to that stat. Strength count as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means that you will now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage but can be reduced by break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy only has 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. Boop. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. So it's basically like... Oh man, I didn't expect you to show up, but yeah, go chicken go. Peter loved that video, by the way. You're supposed to be playing fucking League of Legends right now. What the fuck you doing here? After taking action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield bangers' high armor. Warhawk's turn appears to be out of range, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath the enemy show how close you have to be to get in range. Yeah. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and end turn. So, ability description. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and then confirm your choice. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only 1 enemy left, the player enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Now your allies get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the fist and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click the star and then the green check mark to kill this enemy. The foe's lying. Oh shit. So I got an achievement just for basically playing the tutorial. Somewhere down.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Well, the horns certainly add to the intimidation value, I would say. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Erik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? Yeah, sure, it is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Well, what did you have in mind? Skullfings... What? That you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Okay, so, you know, pursuing rebels. Click the market down to visit the merchant. I mean, I love the aesthetics of the game. I also kind of like strategy games where I have some time to think, not that it usually helps, but we can pretend. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Skullfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. I don't talk to, they don't talk to me. Yeah, sure they don't. Erik needs some help here. Had, I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Sure, we'll pay him. I'm an upright citizen. I don't hurt people, unless I have to. He tosses a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Hud gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. take whatever you like. Only thing I like is the name of a place. Nobleman, up by East Wall, but that was 2 months ago, last I know. Hod skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. We done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought 'em while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. No reason. They look good. You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Ooh, touche. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. Blind dog wouldn't trust Hod, but he used to be skulking. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Yeah, I mean, the delay is what it is. I don't know really what to do about it. Nobleman is Mead Hall. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. So, I mean, this game already has a follow-up. Moreover, it also has a Kickstarter going for it, I think. And then there's like, I think there's a multiplayer game for this now as well. So it's seen some success, I feel. Oh, right. So I'm going to the meat house. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Yeah, sure. Let's get it over with. That's the spare, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and meat stains in the process. I just love the setting. I mean, you know, the whole sort of Viking-esque setting. Yeah, sure, I think. Let's see. Can I switch you guys around? Fuck if I know. Sure, we'll just stay then. I am so not used to this game though. We'll see. Stonewall blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Fair enough. Nope, I don't really want to do that. I want to end his turn. Let's just move forward a little bit. Actually, fuck. I don't know if I want to stand there, to be honest. Oh well. Too late. Oh, I don't have an ability for that guy. So... sort of wish I could use Whirlwind, but hey. Oh god. You're dead. You're so dead. I'm liking the Warhawk was what they were called, right? Can I actually attack diagonally? I think I can. Whatever, I'm just gonna... see. Yeah, sure. Maybe I should have blocked instead. Oh well. What does rally do? Gives 2 willpower to an ally at any range. Okay, fair enough. Good to know. And you might just get to cripple a little bit instead. And, well, I didn't actually mean to do that though. Just move. Yeah, sure. Maybe I should have used willpower to kill him. No, well, is what it is. If I were to use Tempest, I'm gonna hurt my own guy, am I not? Or maybe not? Yeah, okay. Okay, I did. Never mind. Fuck me. I thought it marked that I would only hurt this guy and that guy, but I should have read, because now that I think about it, it said clockwise. So I should have targeted that guy and then I would have gotten both of them instead. Mistakes were made. That's all. Yeah, sure. Raid Master. Well, okay then. Let's see. There we go. He's not doing too hot. Sure, willpower. Man, that's mean. Yeah, sure. Apparently I've gotten some mail from work and stuff that I need to check at some point. But not today. Well, maybe later today, but whatever. And we'll just try and weaken him as... ah, fuck me. Denied. Oh, I can't attack diagonally. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Die. Yeah, he's not doing too good. You can't get anywhere. basically pointless for you to even be here. Just run away. And you can just rest. There we go. Not the cleanest battle, seeing as I sort of happened to, you know, attack my own allies. Because that's what friends do, right? Gunnulf is ready for promotion. I like games like these, like for example Fire Emblem, this game. Although I haven't played this very much yet, but there they are, gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Yeah, sure. I mean, or you can use it as decoration, I guess. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longship approached with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner, next for Varl kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Yeah, look out you don't get a stiff neck. Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the great hall before they come by. So you're also the cleaning maid. You do the fighting, you do the cleaning, you do everything, don't you? Can I ask one more favor? Well, if it's not cleaning, I'll be up for it. If you happen to stall our guests down the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Erik and Volgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Erik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. It's like the other guy is nice and gives some money and you're just like, oh, not my fault. Okay, so we can go to the docks now. I don't think we can do anything else. Yeah. Wagner. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grafheim. Abundant in purpose. God, Zubin, you're looking ancient. Well, fuck you too. Comes with being old, and if there is Wagner, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old jocks. At what age do you lose the sense of shame? Jorundr demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grafheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arberang. Arberang? In fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering, golden wolf head emblazoned on red, the king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grafheim. Holy shit, my voice is breaking. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and I was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where's Morger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers. You guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. There's the young princeman ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. Well, I mean, if it's just spiders, I mean, it's not really all that nice, but at least it's just spiders, yeah? The long road back to Grafheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. I mean, I could go talk to the prince, or I could, you know, I like the giants. We'll talk to him. Scrivener? I don't even know. You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. I'm not bitter. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me the trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha, humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through the dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Whoops. That's not... fuck. I accidentally clicked something that I wasn't gonna. Anyways, at dawn you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. I mean, most likely. Plus 20 renown. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner's already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. I wanted to go talk to the prince, but then I accidentally clicked, you know, the house. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set in the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort, just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. And off we go. Look at our little caravan. So we have like days of supplies, the day count, renown, fighters, varls, and clansmen. I mean, I've seen a little bit of this game, and I did try it out like on a friend's account very briefly, so I know a little bit about how it works, but not all that much. Yeah, things happened. I moved. My internet connection is not very stable, so I'm just trying this out again. We'll see what comes of it. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mugger, cracking open mead casks from our gracious friend the Governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed through camp. We toast to Wagner. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. Let's chat. Thanks for the speech slurs, Wagner. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Mulger, I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? Oh yeah, that old man was kind of chatty. He tried, then he asked me to clean up his mess, for your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of what happens after this business with Ludin. Hopefully the boy goes back to Erberang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on the dredge or something. Starting to sound like Håkon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. It used to be warriors would follow you for what you'd done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Actually, I think that my kitty's somewhere in here, but I really don't know where he disappeared to. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Right. You rise groggily, the campsite, a casualty of merriment. Mugger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge. Wagner, you're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grafheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. World map. Drag the map to look around. A portrait icon shows where your caravan is in the world. You can also tap on any location to get some history about it. When you're done with the map, tap the X at the bottom of the screen. So, I mean, you can like check all these locations, like if you want more story and everything. I think that's pretty nice actually. So you can get like there would be so much to read. I'm not going to do so while on stream, but I think it's pretty cool. Also, my voice would completely die if I tried to read all of this out loud. I am pretty convinced of that. So anyways, we're headed to Grafheim. So we're heading up here somewhere. Not sure where here, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, well, God, the sun is really getting on my screen. I'm having a hard time actually seeing what I'm reading. Gonna need to lean up and use my own shadow to even read. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grafheim's far from Strand, going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin. Why not take the ships to Skrimmerstead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad though, we could have shown you all the wonders of Skrimmerstead. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with these names sometimes. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge prints. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vederfell, if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. So, what do we have here then? Click on a unit to view stats, promote ranks, and learn about abilities. Click on a ability button to learn more about the abilities. Bring the pain! The shield master strikes an adjacent enemy for armor break damage before hunkering down and boosting his passive ability. Return the favor to return even more break damage for 1 turn. By using Bring the Pain, the Shield Master can create a forward charge that punishes enemies for ganging up against him. Passive ability, Return the Favor. A character who attacks a shield banger loses 1 point of armor for each strike he makes. Return the Favor triggers every time the shield banger takes damage from an adjacent enemy, which can make it devastating to hit him with attacks that strike multiple times. That's actually pretty good. Close. So here we see the armor and like the damage and everything. No points available. And we can promote this guy. Heavy Impact. The warrior hits so hard that any enemy standing adjacent to his target on a strength attack take 1 strength damage from the shockwave. Hitting a large target like a Varlo Dredge who takes up 4 tiles can potentially cause the impact across many more victims than hitting a single tile target such as a human. And then they have the Tempest, which hits several people, I should say. And it also triggers the Warhawk's passive ability, Heavy Impact, which in turn can cause a chain reaction of destruction if used in close quarters. Yeah, I'll try not to hit my own allies with it anymore, but yeah. So the greatest warriors on the battlefield are those who live past their first battles to start a journey down the path to legend. So, oh, okay, I see. Let's continue. Are you sure you want to promote for 5 renown? Yeah. This unit has points available to spend on improving stats and talents. Activate one of the plus buttons above. So we can... What is this? Oh, okay. Exertion, the amount of willpower you can use any given action. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what I want to spend the points on, because I don't quite know how to best play this game. I don't know, maybe we should give him the ability to use some willpower. That seems legit to me. And I don't know, some more HP / strength. Confirm. And that was Gunulf. I like Gunulf. I don't have any items, I guess. Hakon, Warmaster, Sundering Impact. The Warmaster hits even harder than an average warrior with no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with an additional +1 strength and also adds 1 break damage to the target, plus bonuses to heavy impact. Sundering Impact is best used when carefully positioned to impact many enemies around the target as possible in a single strike. Yeah, so he has the same. The Spearman skewers his enemy, doing normal strength damage before kicking them away, doing knockback and causing them to bleed if they move on their next turn. A character who is bleeding will take 1 strength damage for each tile that they move, which can be especially deadly for enemies that are moved against their will. Damn, that's nasty. Each kill the Spearman makes encourages allies to fight harder, granting 1 willpower to the Spearman and any adjacent allies. That's pretty nice. then I think we've gone through everyone. Yep. I do believe so, anyways. Do we even need to rest? No, our morale's great. I'm not gonna go for training. So we depart, I think. Morale decline.
Even the name means bad weather,
where
when frozen wind
sweeps
sweeps in from the bay.
Oh.
They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
By Haderborg. That's a lot of Varl for some missing cattle. What? A couple of days back sent word to Strand about the cattle, didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know, my boy's seen men up the hills carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scalfings out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm going to take a look around and get camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up tent. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. For hundreds of Varl? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You think I was squatting? Not enough room for a couple of hunters here. Forget hundreds of— Shut up. Hear that? Where's Ludin? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Håkon takes off at a run. Clicking any tile will automatically make a path, but you can also set up waypoints. Click once to make a waypoint. Now select the next waypoint. This is often useful when you need to avoid certain tiles. Well, that's good to know. Now confirm the move. Spearmen can attack diagonally and up to 2 tiles away. Click the top right banner to compare your stats with the enemies. Now click the enemy to target. Wait, what? Ah, I see. Armor blocks attacks on strength. For each enemy armor higher than your strength, there is a 10% chance that the attack will be deflected. Notice that the chance to hit attack the enemy's strength. Well, that seems like a bad decision though, with a 50% miss chance and just dealing 1 damage, but sure. Deflected attacks do no damage. From here on out, you will fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. And well, he went down. I've already forgotten what this does. I'm just gonna break his armor then. Like, as much as I can. don't really want to put my Warhawk in too much danger, but on the other hand, he deals quite a bit of damage. Well, I can probably get to this guy and start. Do I bring the pain? No, I don't think it's worth it. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Well, he won't be hurting as much anymore. Hurting me, that is. Well, I say Tempest. Well, that didn't exactly hurt him very much. No, you stop doing that. I think what he's doing is calling on allies, but not much I can do about it right this moment. Ew, stop it. You're being mean. Actually, maybe I should just move over here and try and kill this guy. I can't actually kill him. He still has like a lot of armor. But maybe... because he will be able to move over there, so he can probably finish him off then. Or maybe he can't because he's so hurt. Like... fuck, man. I know what to do. I need to weaken this guy, otherwise I'm gonna take too much damage, I think. Lel, get wrecked. I think it's better if I just try and finish these guys. Which, you know, didn't exactly happen. God fucking damn it. I'm so bad at this game. Stop hitting him.